clarity. Do you have that in your business? Does your team really understand who you are, what you stand for, and what they're supposed to do? Chances are you don't, because most businesses don't, and it's the biggest barrier to future growth. So what do I mean by clarity? Well, it starts by being really clear about the kind of person who is successful at your company. Yeah, that's right. It starts in the hiring process. So in that hiring process, how clear are you being about exactly the role that they will play? Are you being clear about things like the amount of time they'll spend on different tasks, their key responsibilities, who they'll be interacting with, what success looks like and how you'll measure it? If you're not really clear in the hiring process, and then also exposing all of the warts of the business, right? Being really clear about what the bad things are. Because if they show up and it doesn't look like the job description, then you start with a lack of clarity before they've even set foot in your business. Now you've got hires remorse, where they're wondering, why did I do this? Why did I come here? Maybe I made the wrong decision. So clarity starts in the hiring process. Then it goes to the onboarding process, because now you're inviting a new person into your company to be part of all of the things that you want to accomplish. So when you onboard them, is it just orientation? Here are the days you get off. Here's how to fill out an expense report. Here's where you park. Here's where the bathrooms are. All those kinds of orientation activities. Or is it true onboarding, where you give them our vision, the difference we want to make in the world, the values that we agree to abide by as a team, and what those mean for each individual behavior, how they particularly help with the success of the business? See, that's what onboarding is. It's what am I doing here? What are we doing? And how are we successful together? As well as the opportunities for them if they are successful. How do they advance? How do they grow? How do they develop? What are the ways that you expect them to develop on your own? And what resources are you going to provide to assist them in their journey? All right, once you're past onboarding, now we're talking about clarity in performance management. You see, people want to know, especially good people want to know, am I being successful? Am I achieving the targets that are set for me? Am I contributing to the success of the company? Am I helping our customers grow and develop? That's the kind of clarity people want, and that only happens if you're really intentional about it. If you have regular, repeated conversations where you're checking in and understanding, helping them understand if they really are achieving what you want them to. And it's not from a standpoint of you're not getting the job done. It's more of a, hey, this is what the expectation for the role is. Here's where you're doing great. And here are the gaps. Now, how do we give you the resources to help you achieve what we decided together are the targets for this role? Then beyond performance management, it's just being clear across the company. How are we doing? What are our goals, both in the near term and over the long term? What is our long-term vision for this company? See, people want clarity. They want to know, are we being successful or are we not? Because with the lack of information, people just assume the worst. So if you're not communicating, their brains are going to go to the logical worst outcome. And then they'll blow that up. And it's just natural because as employees, we've all been burned before by that lack of clarity. So one of those key things, one of the key things you need in your business if you want to grow is that kind of clarity across everywhere in the organization. To find out if you have it, just start asking questions. Ask people, do you know where we're going? Do you know what success looks like for you? Do you know what your expectations are? Do you know what good looks like? If you're not hearing back on that, the kinds of things that you want. If they're not able to articulate what your goals are, your vision, then you know that it's not their fault, it's yours. And you need to double down on clarity.